Y'all gonna say I'm insecure. Y'all gonna say I hate myself. But guess what, bitch? I am never, and I mean ever, going out to a club, not to a party with a group of light-skinned women. Because, woo, bitch, the shit I've experienced, no.
What's up, YouTube? My Get Fit fam in the building. It's your boy Allende, and I got a video here on black women cope with being dark-skinned. Now, this is a topic that I actually addressed a while back on my channel years ago. I don't know the name of the video. I probably should have researched that and plugged
First,
it.
you have the dark skin, the darkest type, the most disrespected. Dark skin girls are very disrespected. It needs to stop. And dark skin men are fetishized. They really have the hardest, so stop disrespecting them. Next, you have brown skin, which is what I'm considered. Too light to be dark skin, but too dark to be light skin. They're just in the middle and the most common between black people. Megan Thee Stallion is a good example of a brown skin. And this is a brown skin guy. Next, we have the light skin category. And before y'all start, light skin does not equal mixed, so please stop. There are fully black light skin. Basically, everyone in my family is light skin besides me, so I know. Stormy is a good example of a light skin girl. Both her parents are black, she just happens to be lighter complexion, and she's beautiful. Last category is mixed. Mixed is when you have one black parent and one parent of another race. Mixed does not equal light skin because there are brown skin mixed people and dark skin mixed people. Blasians are a good example of brown skin mixed people. Most Blasians I know are brown skin, not light skin. At the end of the day, we're all black. Not all mixed people are light skin. And stop trying to separate us because we need to be unified. Also, I'm gonna do types of mixed people, so watch out for that.
What's up, Authentic fam, and welcome back to another authentic conversation with your boy Allende. Now, you can already tell by the title as well as that intro that the subject today is going to be colorism. So I've been dropping a couple of videos about so-called black women and single mothers, and I've been intentionally stirring the pot so that we can have some useful conversations. So already, if you're a person that wants to hide behind excuses and you want to be a victim, you could check out now. But you're not going to do that. You're going to hang around and look for something to complain about and something to criticize. And you're welcome to do so.
But hey, here's an updated video on the topic. So I've often been like so irritated at the disingenuous argument of so-called dark-skinned women complaining that they're not the preference, that black men don't like them, want them, love them, or, you know, and then of course they've flipped it and said that it's that men are glorifying and idolizing the Western standard of beauty, which is white and blue-eyed and blonde hair. So, of course, the opposite of that would be considered the least attractive and blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot of different strategies going on there, a lot of different deflections. But the simplest thing that I'd like to point out that can't be argued or refuted is that beautiful women are beautiful women, regardless of what color they come in. A chick that looks good looks good. A fit body is a fit body no matter what complexion that it's in. Now, that can be said about women, and it is true. Now, let me tell you what can be said about color, and it is also true. Whether you're associating it with race or just like, I don't know, colors of objects. When it comes to cars or boats or whatever options are available, there's going to be one that's most popular, and there's going to be one that's least popular, and then everything else is going to fall in between. That's just the nature, the dynamics of Earth. So with that being said, if the truth of the matter is that when it comes to the complexions of females, black is the least desired, hey man, that's just the reality of it. One of the colors had to come in last. Now, here's the thing, though. That doesn't mean that women are unattractive just simply for being dark-skinned. It just simply means that dark skin is the least popular option when it comes to female skin tones. The thing is it doesn't mean nobody likes it. That just means that out of people picking their options and their preference, that preference is picked the least. Still, there's a demographic for it, guys. So now what happens is, just like in all other preferences, now the women get rated based on how they look. We've already established that they're all dark skinned because that's what the people checking and shopping in this bin are into. And they're going to get picked based on that, just like they would if they were any other complexion. Not everybody's crazy about a pale chick with freckles, but there's a group of guys that is. Not everybody's crazy about, pale Asian chicks, but there's a group of guys that are. Whatever it is, there's a group of guys that like it. And they obviously can't be all guys, no matter who that is. Nothing is universal, right? So I'm saying all that as to say, man, I hate when dark-skinned women cope under the umbrella of, oh, what it is that I'm unattractive because I'm dark-skinned. No, you're just unattractive. Shut up and quit lying.
I'd rather go out with a group of white girls to a white club, to a white party, okay? Because I completely accepted men of other races not finding me attractive because I'm black. But you know what? I'm comfortable with that because it's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck if you find me attractive or not. I'm not looking for approval from you. But it's a different type of, it's a different type of gut wrench, a different type of stab in the heart when you going out to a black party and you going to a black club and you going out with your light-skinned friends and they doing nothing. They standing on the wall like this. You having the time of your life. They standing on the wall. You socializing and niggas coming up to them and not you. Oh, hell no. No. You can say what you want. You can say, like I said, call me insecure, bitch. I'm just saying I never woke up one day and wanted to be a different skin color, but bitch, one thing you not gonna do is try and make me feel bad about my complexion, bitch, because I won't allow it. I will not allow it.
Now, this chick, she most definitely does care that guys aren't checking for her and guys don't find her attractive. But let me go into the particular reason that this chick is making this argument, and we're going to go a little bit deeper. This has very little to do with the fact that she's a black woman and more to do with the fact that she is indeed a woman. She's a female, which means that she engages in female sexual market competition. It's just their competition is a lot different than guys. It's not going to be overt. It's not going to be physical. And it's not going to be confessing. It's not going to be saying, hey, I'm here and I'm here to compete. It's not going to be saying that. It's going to be saying a lot of everything's going to be the opposite there. So one of the ways that women compete that's a little different than guys is, see, guys, when they compete, the entire goal is to elevate themselves, for them to be better than everyone else, or better than the ops, better than who they're competing against, better than their opponent. Whereas when women are competing, they actually often resort to tactics to lower the status or value of their op or their enemy or their adversary, whoever they're competing against, or just in general. And what I mean by that is they can disenfranchise a whole group of women that they would see as competition. And they do it very subtly, and they do it with plausible deniability. And what this chick is doing, what she's demonstrating, is using that right in plain sight. Because think about what's the narrative she's trying to sell. She's trying to sell you a narrative. And that narrative is that men are not attracted to dark-skinned women. Now, by selling that narrative, she's also putting shame in there. And the shame is attached to the belief that you're wrong, morally wrong, if you don't find dark-skinned women attractive. So now there's going to be guys who do not find dark-skinned women unattractive, and they're going to be compelled to say, wait, I like dark-skinned women. And now her angle will be, well, then I should be getting XY attention. I should be getting XY dates. So she's basically trying to force the market to date her by accusing the market of not dating dark-skinned women at all, thereby also effectively lowering all dark-skinned women to the same level as her. Do you see the subliminal and the psychological, flips of assortments that are trying to make that believable in her head? But that is indeed is what her subconscious is trying to do, guys. It's trying to say, hey, all black women get this result, all dark-skinned women get this result, therefore it's not me as an individual that is not performing and competing and succeeding. It's just simply the fact that I'm a dark-skinned woman and it's unfair for me. And other dark skinned women need to catch on to this type of stuff because, like, again, a lot of it's subconscious. Women do it. It's built into their DNA. They don't even realize that they're doing it.
And you know what? To add on top of that, I'm never going to no black space with a group of girls that ain't black like me. I'm not going out because I had this one. Okay, let me tell you how I had this one Asian roommate, right? And there's this guy that I was attracted to first, right? Like, I just saw him on a dating app. We would scroll through like hints for fun. There's this African guy, mind you, that I saw first, and I thought he was cute first, but he completely ignored me. And then he was in her DMs after the fact, and he was just begging for her attention. Mind you, this girl Asian. He had a fetish clearly, but he was just begging for this girl attention. And so boom. Then he invites her out to a party, and he's like, bring your friends. And then she's like, okay. And he was like, but you can't bring the black one.
Yeah, dude was definitely not begging for her attention in the DM. He was actually shooting his shot. And from the rest of the story, apparently it worked. And what happened when he said, hey, don't bring the black girl, what I think honestly happened, and I think she's just, retelling, she's wording the events differently. She's narrating it in a way that helps to sell these myths that she's trying to pass off as just irrefutable facts. But most likely, I think what happened was she showed that attitude to dude at some point in time. That dude probably knew what her attitude was like, or even maybe the girl herself, the Asian girl, knew what her attitude was like and was like, oh, she's gonna ruin that. But I'm guessing, and this is just maybe my experience. I've been in this situation many, many, many times where it's like, hey, don't bring that girl for whatever reason. It's not necessarily the black girl, but for whatever reason, I'm like, don't bring that girl. And the friends get really defensive, and now they want to curse me out and call me a horrible person. And I'm just like, look, man, I'm trying to protect that person. I'm trying to prevent that person from coming and having a horrible experience and feeling really, really bad. And then I'm also trying to protect y'all because that person is most likely going to turn around and blame you now. You know what I'm saying? Just for being more attractive than them in whatever way. See, women are tricky like that. If one woman gets too much attention, next thing you know, it causes conflict with the other girls in the group, right? Even though it's not her fault, So, anyway, that just comes with the territory, guys. It's just going to be part of the game. So when dealing with chicks, you got to navigate around this type of, shaming tactics.
And she was like, why? He said, because my friends don't like black girls. Mind you, he was a British motherfucker. And that's why no, bitch. That's why I'm not doing it.
In the first part of that clip, she basically tried to pass so much blame onto light-skinned women too.
But guess what, bitch? I am never, and I mean ever, going out to a club, not to a party with a group of light-skinned women. Because, woo, bitch, the shit I've experienced, no. I'd rather go out with a group of white girls to a white club, to a white party, okay? Because I completely accepted men of other races not finding me attractive because I'm black. But you know what? I'm comfortable with that because it's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck if you find me attractive or not. I'm not looking for approval from you.
She slid it in there. It was slick. It was slick, guys. Go back and watch it. She slid it in there like some shade on light-skinned women, like it's their fault. Because I was waiting for her to give a reason, an explanation as why is light-skinned women the problem, and she didn't give any explanation other than that when she's at events and parties and whatnot with them, guys will come and talk to those women, but not them. So apparently, all light-skinned women did was be more attractive than dark-skinned women, but again, like I said earlier, that's just how she's trying to frame it. When really what most likely happened is that more attractive women, meaning aside from their complexion, just their features alone and probably what shape they were in. And I do not want to forget attitude, because I think a big part of this chick's bad results is basically her attitude and her prejudice that she already has. Oh yeah, and I mean that, and she's not, she's not above average in looks, guys. Let's face it. So I'm definitely not trying to looks bash anybody or whatever. I'm being objective, though. That's the whole point of this. Is I'm saying that people get objective results and experiences, but they extrapolate it, to something subjective, which is that all dark-skinned women are collectively unattractive to men, which is definitely not the case. And that all light-skinned women are automatically attractive to men, which is also not the case. But she slid both of those in as if they were facts. And let's face it, in this society, a lot of people do believe that on some conscious level. They believe that automatically lighter people are more attractive than darker people, or automatically why a black person is getting rejected is because they're dark, especially a black woman. It's because she's a black woman. That's always the assumption, is that's why she's getting rejected. And I always think to myself, hey, are we analyzing her attitude? Are we analyzing her behavior and, things that she might have done in the past? Are you sure people are only judging her on the fact she's dark skinned? Are you sure that's what it is? Is she a good person, all things even, outside of that? And a lot of times that's not the case. There's always an underlying, not only a cope, but there's also something that they're trying to sell you, basically. There's some type of belief that they're trying to sell you. The problem is they're not selling it to you for your benefit. They're selling it to you to somehow erase their responsibility or accountability in a situation and paint them in either a higher perceived status or as some type of victim that is owed something. And that something is usually something they would have had to have competed for and won. And because they can't compete and win, they're like, well, let me find another strategy to guilt people into giving me the result that I can't compete for. All right, guys. So hit me up on Instagram for any other request topics. This was actually a request. And for any counseling, coaching, you can hit me also in the DM. Coach_AYINDEI. Hit me up for the consults, and we up out of here. Peace.
Shout out Authentic Alphas. Like and subscribe.
For the boys, leave a like and leave a comment on Authentic Alphas. Hit that bell.